Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So for today's video, what I'll be doing is comparing the top 3 American cars from the top 3 manufacturers, that is Ford, Dodge and Chevrolet. And the 3 cars that I'll be comparing is the Mustang Shelby GT500, the Corvette C8 2020 with its brand new mid-engine layout, and the Dodge Challenger Demon with its 840 horsepower V8. So this test will be in different, obviously in different categories. First will be the sound category, then the looks category. Obviously, the sound and looks will be subjective. It will be what I like the most, but you guys can obviously have your own opinion, and you can let me know in the comments below which one you like the most. Then there's the drag race, the all important drag race, and we'll be doing 2 drag races. One is at the Horizon Festival and one is at the Greendale Airport Strip, so that we get an idea about the acceleration and top speed over there. Then we will be doing a circuit race over here at Astmore Heritage Circuit, since it's a well-rounded circuit and you get all the different turns, bends, straights, etc. And then we'll be going on to a top speed test for all the 3. But what we'll be doing is we'll be doing all these tests in their stock form first. It will be a point-based system, and let's see which car earns the most point and wins this comparison test. So I've chosen the Corvette over here instead of the Camaro ZL1 because in a recent series of tests, I think done by Edmunds, the Shelby GT500 and the Corvette C8 were very close in terms of drag race times. So that's why I'll be using the Corvette, and it's the newest car from Chevrolet currently. So let's head to the drag strip first and compare the looks, the sound, and then we'll head on to the race. So here we are at the drag strip, and the first thing we'll be doing is comparing the designs for all the 3 cars. So the Challenger is obviously the one that looks the most like a muscle car out of the 3. It's got the long hood and the big white stands and everything, and then the big engine hood scoop, and then we can check out the interior, and you can see it's a pretty basic standard interior, and with a small I think it's a 10-inch infotainment screen, but nowadays the other cars are getting bigger infotainments. Then the steering wheel is also a pretty basic one. So out of all the 3, this is actually the oldest design currently, and also this thing is aged a lot. So now let's check out the Corvette. So the Corvette, as you can see, looks the most like an exotic over here out of the 3 because of the switch to the mid-engine layout by Chevrolet. So they have added the new V8 over here. It's I think it's 5-liter V8 with around 500 horsepower, or 495 exactly. Then I've got it in this orange paint because I think it looks the best in this paint. Then as you can see from the side, the cabin is a bit more forward and the hood is pretty short when compared to the Dodge. And one thing I don't like about the Corvette is the front looks pretty nice and curvy, but the back looks pretty blocky. I think if they did a bit more curvaceous design, it would have looked better. So that's the Corvette. So let's check out the interiors for the Corvette. So this is the Corvette interior, and maybe you can't see a lot of it, but it's got a square steering wheel, a digital instrument cluster, a new infotainment system, and out of the 3, the Corvette has the most modern interior, and with all the gadgets and buttons and everything. So now let's head to let's check out the Mustang. So here's the Mustang. I've got it in the lime green paint job with the black stripes. So as you can see, it looks like the basic Mustang with a bit more widened arches, a more aero, a hood, a carbon fiber hood, I believe, with hood pins. And you can see this car in Forza Horizon 4 has the carbon fiber track package, So it has the carbon fiber rims and the wing, and at the back you can see it's got the quad tailpipes with the Cobra wedge. And overall, it's pretty similar to the standard Mustang, but with enough aggressiveness that it differentiates it. So let's check the interior. So it's got the latest update from the Mustang interior. That means it's got the digital instrument cluster, then the new infotainment in the middle, and then everything else is the basic Mustang interior. You can see the steering wheel over here. So now what we'll do is we'll head to the drag race and let's see which was the fastest time. So first up, here's the Mustang. I have switched off the traction control. And it's on manual shifting. So let's see what's the time we got. Ooh, okay, 11.593. So I think the car can do better. What I'll do is I'll switch on the traction control this time, and then we'll see what the car can do. We crossed the line at around 130 miles per hour. And okay, so without the traction control, we get a better time. So we'll be taking that time, and that was 11.593. So let's round it off to 11.6. So now with the Corvette, again the traction control is off over here. But as you can see, this accelerates a bit better than the Mustang due to it being lighter. But it doesn't have the top end punch of the Mustang. So let's see what time we got. 11.727. Okay, so that's what I said. It doesn't have the top end punch of the Mustang. So that's why it was a bit slower. So compared to the Mustang's 11.6, we got a 11.7. I'll be rounding it off to 11.7. Or we can say 11.73 also. So now let's check the Dodge Demon. So now with the Dodge Demon, again the traction controls off over here. Okay, a lot of burnout. And that was bad. And I lost to another Dodge Charger. And this got the least amount of time at 12.3. But what I'll do is I'll try to manage the power a bit better, and then let's see what time we can get. So Dodge Chargers are pretty fast. Okay, so this time we got 7th place. So again, the 12.3 time was better. So this means, according to the times we got in the game, the Mustang gets the first point. So in our first test, the Mustang gets the first point, and now we'll be doing the sound test, in which we'll be hearing which car sounds the best. Not that the Forza Horizon 4 car sounds are really good, but let's see what we can do in this situation. So first up, the Dodge. And let's hear it from the inside. Okay, we can hear the supercharger whine. But it's a pretty standard V8 noise. So now let's head to the Corvette. So now here we are with the Corvette, and let's see how the mid-engine Corvette sounds. It's got a bit more crackles and pops compared to the Dodge, but again the V8 sounds are pretty similar in Horizon 4. So now let's hear it from the inside. Again it's the same, but due to the supercharger whine, I enjoyed the Demon's noise a bit more. So now let's see what the Mustang sounds like. So here's the Mustang. Now let's hear it. The Mustang definitely has a much more raspier sound compared to the other two. The V8 over here definitely doesn't sound like the other two. It sounds a bit better than them. Let's hear it from the inside now. Despite having a supercharger sound, I mean supercharger inside, we are not getting the whine. Just a little bit I can hear, but not enough. But overall, I think I like the Mustang sound much more. So over here, also in the sound test, the Mustang gets a 1. So overall, the Mustang has 2. And for the drag races, since the Corvette was the second fastest, I'll be giving it 0 points basically. So currently the Mustang leads with 2 points and the other two have 0. So now what we'll do is we'll head to the circuit and see which car handles the best throughout the whole circuit. And for that I'll be keeping the traction control on, just because these are rear wheel drive cars and it'll be pretty tough to handle them on track. So let's head to the track now. So I'll be using this circuit for testing the lap times of all the 3 cars. So let's see how the Mustang performs first. So here we are. Obviously we'll be checking out the time that we'll get after completing the second one, and our rolling lap will start now. But overall the handling is pretty nice for the Mustang. And here we go. So the fastest time we got is 1 minute 3:7:15. So that's the one we'll be keeping in mind. So 1 minute 3:7:15 is pretty nice. So now we'll be doing the same test with the Corvette. And let's go. And our rolling start for the Corvette starts now. This also is a bit more oversteery. And here we go. So compared to the Mustang, the Corvette is again lacking, because the best lap I got on the Mustang was a 1 minute 3:715, and the best lap on the Corvette I've got is a 1 minute 6:078. So obviously due to the power limitations, the car is a bit slow around the track, because on the straights is where the Mustang catches up and goes ahead also. So now we'll be testing the Demon. I don't expect it to beat those 2 cars, but let's see. So here comes the rolling start, and here we go. And go. So, whoa, this definitely came faster than the Corvette. I didn't expect that to happen, but obviously it's got an extra 340 horsepower. So I think that helped it on the straights, definitely on the straights. And I didn't expect it to handle so nicely around the corners. So overall it came second on the circuit testing lap. So the Mustang still first. And what we'll do is we'll change the point system a bit. So since the Mustang came first, we'll give it 3 points. And since the Dodge came over here second, we'll give it 2 points. And the Corvette's last, so we'll give it 1 point. So same goes for the sound check. Since Mustang was the best, I'll give it 3 points. And then the Demon was second in terms of sound for me, so I'll give that 2 points. And then Corvette again comes last at 1 point. Then in terms of drag races, the Mustang again gets 3 points. And then the Corvette over there came second, so that will get 2 points. And the Dodge gets 1 point. So overall, currently again, the Mustang's in the lead. And now we'll be going to check the top speed of these top cars. So let's head to the highway and check the top speed out. So here we are at the top speed test. So let's see how fast the demon can go. Okay. So that's 117, 180. The maximum we can get out of it is 210 miles per hour before we run out of road. So 210 miles per hour is not bad. So now let's check the Corvette. So here we are with the Corvette. Let's see if we can beat 210 miles per hour. Though I doubt it due to the power deficit. So let's go. I had already reached 180 before entering the tunnel in the Demon. So let's see, looks like the car is stuck at 193 miles an hour. So it looks like that's the top speed for the Corvette. Not bad, but obviously due to the power deficit compared to the Demon, it loses. So most probably now it's all up to the Mustang. Let's see which comes first. So now here we are with the Mustang. Let's see if the Mustang can beat the Demon. I think it might because it is lighter than the Demon, but also it lacks on power compared to the Demon. Let's go. Okay, I think it is faster than the Demon because it already hit 180 miles per hour long ago. So the maximum it managed was 207 miles per hour, but I can't believe it. The Demon wins over here because of the power advantage. But in real life, I believe the Mustang is faster. So the overall, I'll be omitting this test, the Greendale Airport drag strip, because I don't think the results are gonna change much. So overall, the Mustang wins with 11 points, and the Dodge Demon comes second with 8 points, and the Corvette comes in last with 5 points. So obviously, the Mustang wins in most of the categories like the lap times, not the top speed, sound, the drag race, and most of the relevant things the Mustang wins because due to it being middle in the weight pack, obviously the Demon being more heavy and then the Corvette being the lightest, but the Mustang does have much better tires, the carbon fiber wing and everything, it helping it out in the downforce department. Then also the engine's pretty nice with 760 horsepower. So it's got pretty nice balance of all the elements like downforce, handling, power, etc. Demon is basically a straight road king. Obviously, we saw that it can go 210 miles per hour in the game. So that just shows. But also, I was surprised at how good it handled around the racetrack. It even beat the Corvette C8 over there. The Corvette, although it's a pretty nice car, it lost in this comparison test only because of its lack of power. I think if it had 100 more horsepower or 150 more horsepower, it would have been very competitive against the three. So overall, if you enjoyed this video, guys, do leave a like below and also hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be notified when I upload more videos like these. And also do let me know in the comments below which other cars would you like me to see compare each other. And if you have any other test ideas, do let me know also. I'll be happy to incorporate those in my videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye and see you later.